Hi engineers, today we are going to see Lagrange's method, what are the steps involved in the Lagrange's method, and what are the basic formulas also required to solve the Lagrange's method problem. Come, let's start. So in Lagrange's method, the first step will be we have to find what it exactly asked in the question. So what we have to find, that will be the function. What we are going to find, that will be the function. We can write it as function. It can be x, y, z. And next what we have to find out is what is the given condition, that is known as constraint. C for condition and C for constraint. Constraint in the sense what is the given condition. So it can be written like this: x, y, z will be equal to 0. So this is the first step in Lagrange's method. We have to find what we are going to find: f of find, that is f of function, that is the function, and what is the given condition c, and what is the constraint, that is cc. So we have to find what is function and what is constraint. That is the first step. And second step, we are going to make auxiliary equation. We are going to make auxiliary equation. We can write simply as a e. So what will be the auxiliary equation is g, that is equal to f plus lambda phi. So g is equal to f is nothing but the function plus lambda into phi. Phi is nothing but the constraint. So this is the second step. So next what we have to do, the third step, we have to partially differentiate this g with respect to x. So this can be written as dou g by dou x. Okay. And next what we will do, we will also differentiate with respect to y. We can write it as gy. We can also write it as dou g by dou y. And finally, we have to partially differentiate with respect to z, and we can write as g suffix z or dou g by dou z. See, d by dx is complete differentiation. What d by dx is, we call it as differentiation, that is complete differentiation, and dou by dou x is partial differentiation. It is partial differentiation. So what is the main thing in partial differentiation is we have three functions, that is x, we have y, we have z. See, what is the main thing we have to know in partial differentiation is when we are partially differentiating with respect to x, that is, for example, gx, we are differentiating partially with respect to x. What that means is y and z are constant. Similar case when we are partially differentiating with respect to y. So what will be the constant? X and z are constant. When we are partially differentiating with respect to z, similarly x and y will be constant. So see, let's see a single sum so that we can understand very easily. See, if we have, that is g, that is equal to xy plus yz plus xz. Okay, so first we are going to do partially differentiate with respect to x. So this is nothing but dou, we can write it as gx or dou g by dou x. So if we write like this will be equal to xy. So what we are going to do, dou by dou x of xy plus yz plus xz. So this can be written as separately dou by dou x of xy plus dou by dou x of yz plus dou by dou x of xz. See what we have, this is equal to, when you are differentiating with respect to x, what are the constant? Y and z are constant. So take out the constant. So y will be coming outside. So this is y. So what will be left? Dou by dou x of x. Then write down the second one. Y and z are constant. We take out y and z. Dou by dou x of remaining will be 1 plus z is constant. Dou by dou x of x. So this is equal to dou x by dou x will be 1. So y into 1 will be 1 plus differentiation of constant we know that is 0 and z into differentiation of dou x by dou x is 1. So finally this will be equal to y plus z. So if this is the partial differentiation. You have to make sure that if it is a partial differentiation, we are doing with respect to x, y and z are constant. If you are doing with respect to y, x and z are constant. If you are doing with respect to z, x and y are constant. That's all. Everything else is same. So after this, what we have to do, the next step, we will be equating this to 0. Fourth step, what we'll do, we will equating this to 0. Similarly, equating this to 0 and equating this to 0. And what we will do, we will find the value of minus lambda in three equations. Equations 1, equation 2, equation 3. We will find the value of minus lambda and equate all the three equations and equate all three equations. For example, in this we'll have minus lambda is equal to some value. Here we will value 2, value 3. So what we will do, value 1 is equal to value 2 is equal to value 3. When we have three such equation, we will solve any two equation. We will solve any two equation 1 and again we will repeat this step and again we will repeat the same step and finally we will getting the relation between we will getting the relation between x, y and z. It can be any constant, it can be 1x plus 1y is equal to 2z or something, but we'll get the relation between this three. After getting the relation between this three, what is the final step we will do is, we know the condition, constraint. For example, if it is a volume, so x is equal to y, x into y into z is equal to some number, for example 192. Then what we have to do, there are three different functions x, y, z. So we have to make all the three substitute in the form of 1. For example, we have the equation of x, y, z. In this we should have substitute only in terms of 1. Substitute, for example, substitute in terms of z. For example, if we have this x is equal to y is equal to z, or if we have x is equal to y is equal to 2z, what we have to do, if this is an example case, we have a condition of xyz is equal to 432. If we have three different terms, we can't get the value of xyz. So what we have to do, we have to substitute everything in terms of z. For example, x is equal to 2z. So what I'm doing, substituting 2z for the x. And what is y? Y is equal to 2z. So I'm substituting 2z for the y. Z will remain as it is, that is equal to 432. Then what I will do, z into z into z will be z cube, 2 into 2 will be 4. So I will be cancelling 432 divided by 4 and I will find the value of z. So after finding the value of z, I will substitute the value of z in this and I will find the value of y and I will find the value of x. Okay. So this is all about Lagrange's method. It is so simple. We can score easily full marks in Lagrange. You just have to know what is partial differentiation. That is, if we are differentiating with respect to x, y and z are constant, and you have to know the steps. First, we have to find what we are going to find, f, that is function, what is the condition, c, that is constraint, and we have to make auxiliary equation, that is g is equal to f plus lambda phi, and we have to partially differentiate with respect to x, y, z, and equating to 0, find the value of minus lambda, equate all the three equations, take any two equations, solve, get some relation between any two unknowns, and again take another two equations and find another two relation, and finally get the relation with respect to x equal to something of y and equal to something of z, and substitute the single term, that is we are going to substitute the in terms of z in the constraint, and we are going to find the value of z, and ultimately we can find the value of x and y, and in the result you can mention x is this much, y is this much, and z is this much, and you can easily get a good marks in this. So this is all about Lagrange's steps and what are the related formula required for that. That's all. Thank you.